Wait. Oh no, wait, you can. I'm an idiot. You can see it, okay. It's just that I had the screen on black by that moment. So, yeah, first reason being, my mic is working, right? Yeah. So first reason being, actually, I don't know if you could actually, pretty sure you could hear it. First reason being, dumping us into the vat, it would, like, we know the poppy gel has mutagenic properties, and along with those mutagenic properties, it also can possibly heal injuries, transform you, do whatever. But if at most it healed the minor injury we caused that could get us killed, why would the prototype do something like that? Secondly, I would also like to point out, this fucker didn't even take our grab pack from us in this segment. That was the number one thing that we very easily could have used to pull ourselves out. So if this little bit right here was meant to be like a nightmare where your technology isn't working, that would also mean that, again, being dunked into the vat did not happen. And thirdly, why would he do this when he literally has Poppy cornered? She just witnessed her savior being... I was going to say dunked on to be stupid. She witnessed her savior being impaled. She's in possible catatonic shock. Her legs can't take her very far, and she's probably assumed that she's just lost the whole reason to be fighting against a prototype in the first place. So that's a thing. Her little porcelain legs can't allow her to run very far. That's also worth noting. And I think I had another point about this. Oh, right. If the prototype spent precious seconds just, just dragging our body away to be dunked into a vat, those precious seconds are seconds Poppy could have used to run away. Because she's very good at that. She has a bit of a cowardice streak. And if she found herself a little vent to go run and hide in, the prototype could not get her there. So, that's also worth noting. So there's very many reasons that this could not have been real. I mean, if it was real, then hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it just does not feel like this happened. Now, you might wonder how it is that we could have been brought back. And there's actually a decent explanation for that. You'll notice right here. Let me brighten it up some. Let's see. Select this. Nope, not that. Blue moon. Nope. Will that do? Hot sun. Ruby rose. I don't know if you can see this. What if I just brighten it? Manual mode? Contrast. Oh, I don't think you can actually tell if can you? Yes, you can. Okay. So let me just back to video. Wait, shit. Right here. This is possibly the reason why we were still alive. Earlier I mentioned that it couldn't be possible for us to have been dropped in the vat because it was all a dream. But also the fact that Giblet is nowhere near strong enough or capable enough to pull us out on his own. Also, this vat, it does not look as big as it did when we were dropped into it. Because we sank down really, really far. Now let me Control Z, just that. We sank down really, really far. It could be that maybe it was like it is gel, short for gelatin. Or maybe not gelatin, just kind of gel. So we very slowly sink like it's a cube, like it's a vat of jello. So that's also a possibility. So it actually was this big, and we just fell down. Now, the Poppy gel can exist in either gel form, or it can exist in these you know, these little veins. So while we were slowly bleeding out, my personal theory of what actually happened is that Giblet used his cane to sample some of the Poppy gel, plugged it into the hole where we were stabbed, and used it to resuscitate us as the Poppy gel was healing our wounds, maybe effectively cauterizing it if he had to. I mean, it does make sense, because the prototype thinks we're dying out and he just pieces out, but with the Poppy gel right nearby, he doesn't even have to climb up. All he has to do is stick his cane into it, go over, jam it into us, and just like that, we're back and ready for battle. It does make a lot of sense, because Giblet has always shown to be a very innovative type. Very creative, very good with tinkering, thinking on his feet, stuff like that. I mean, he has a whole squad of this kind of stuff. He had like rocket boots, he had like a generator, he had all sorts of different trinkets and machines. So something as simple as using Poppy gel, something that he probably figures by now we know what it does, he probably had no choice. And one of the more important points I'd like to bring up is, if we really did fall into that vat, why was it never mentioned about us being pulled out, or that we were dripping with the stuff, or anything like that? Now, having the gel inside of us, maybe it doesn't do a lot in very tiny doses, but if we had this plugged right into our heart, that would probably be pumped into our bloodstream, and that would probably catch up with us later, if not now. But it does kind of make sense. Now, I'm not saying what I'm saying is guaranteed to be right, but I thought about this and I was like, there's a few key points here that don't really make it seem like it's actually happened. Because the biggest blunder is, the prototype wouldn't do this to us if it was going to heal us. Because, hey, our mouth is probably open, we're probably inhaling that gel, going down into our system, transforming and healing us from the inside out. He would not take that gamble, because he would just be giving us another chance to come back and, screw him over twice as hard. And given it may be small and might not have done a lot, but I honestly want to believe that he kind of lucked out, because sorry, it's literally 40 seconds to midnight here. Like, the gel, I don't think it has to be liquid form for him to actually be able to do anything. He could, stab it into a little pustule of it. I know that's a gross way to put it, and I apologize. A little pustule of it, just jam it into us, and we're all good to go. Plus, sending electric muscles into your organs is kind of like what defibrillators do. And doing that alone would not exactly do much if a heart does not have any blood to pump in the first place. This is just my little theory, and I know I hope it doesn't sound too ridiculous. There are some very plausible points here, but I just wanted to kind of put that out there, because, why would he do something that... this right here, we very much did die, and he did resuscitate us. And Giblet doesn't bring up, like I said, he doesn't bring up that we're dripping or that he had to do it, probably because he presumes that how we were revived is not important right now. Going after Poppy and the prototype is. But at a later point, it's definitely going to matter. If the amount of gel he applied was enough to cause some sort of mutagenic side effect. But hey, that's just my personal theory. I kind of thought it was fun to explore a little bit. So, you go ahead and, you can go ahead and let me know what you think, if you want to. Yeah, he did not even bother... Did we make a splash? Yeah, we did. He didn't even take our grab pack or anything. So definitely, like, I know I'm kind of repeating myself a little bit, but there's a lot of things here that add up to it potentially not being a dream. Anyways, hope you all have a good day, and I am going to go catch up on the history of all the notes and VHS tapes of Poppy Playtime because I want to see what the full history of everything could have been. Because I am a nerd. Have a good day, everyone.